State poses a lot of issues.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Newsflash, right?
Pardon?
Newsflash, Ohio State poses a lot of issues.
Yeah, absolutely. No, they're extremely talented. I think they understand who they are and how they need to go win games. I think they're gonna highlight the players that are highly touted, and as they should. I think obviously number 18 is a really good football player, and they find ways to get him the ball early and often, and then they got to divvy it up among the other guys. So I think you can't just pinpoint one because they got a bunch of them. So I think if we go out there and our job as a defense is to get the ball down and play again. I think that's got to be our battle cry this week is get the ball down. Let's limit these big plays and make them earn it. But I think they're well coached, and they make things where they find ways to get the players the ball. And that's what we have to understand is where are these guys at all times and having an awareness of it.
I think some of Ohio State's running backs maybe get forgotten about just because of their wide receivers and things like that. What challenges do they pose?
Yeah, I don't forget about them. I don't know if you guys do, but I don't. I think, they're fast, they're physical, and they're big. So you can't just go in there and hit them and expect them to go down. And they're not running away from contact either. So they're going to try to run through you, and they're going to try to get every yard they can. And I think, and there's like 3 or 4 of them. It's not like they just got one. I think I've heard that Henderson's playing again, so we got to expect him to be out there and ready to go. And if he gets tired, then they send in number 19. And if he gets tired, they send in number 3. And those guys are like bowling balls coming at you. So, we got to be physical. I mean, that's just the name of this. You're in the Big Ten. This is what you got to do. This is what you got to be. And we have to tackle. We got to run our feet. We can't be diving at people this week, and that's been a point of emphasis. So, we got to do a good job of just playing physical football on them.
Just a couple of mistakes against Iowa, and it was 2 big plays basically. Was it really that close to if we just perfect a couple plays a game, we're right where we need to be?
Yes, and that's kind of been our MO, man. We're 1 play here, 2 plays there. If we get guys doing what they're supposed to do and execute and we coach them better, I think we're going to be a very good defense, And I think you look at the stat sheet, from last week, and you look at that and you're saying, man, we won that game. We played a pretty good defense. We got some takeaways and field goals, and so our guys are believing in what we're doing, which is good. And if we can eliminate those mistakes, then the sky's the limit, I think, for this defense. And the leadership has proven to kind of step up, and guys are taking accountability for what they're doing and holding guys accountable, which is all part of the building process.
Let's talk about Derek Rogers kind of getting thrust into a starting role as a true freshman. His development, I know when he got here, he had to gain a lot of weight, and I know you guys took a lot of him.
Yeah. I mean, dude is something else, man. He pushes me every day. We're going to fight one of these days. I don't know when, but he catches me on that bad moment. Look out, But he's got that kind of mentality about him, So he's got a fearless, I'm going to do my deal. This is what it is, and that's kind of the mentality you have to have as a corner, So you got to forget the good ones, and you definitely got to forget the bad plays. So he's long, he's athletic, he's got great ball skills. He's really an athlete coming out of high school, played a lot of offense. So, and he's kind of took an akin to Coach Carter and always become a leader in that room in a sense, So, he's got a very strong personality. He's got a lot of fun in him too, and I'm excited. I think he's ready for this challenge because of his outlook on everything. He's the alpha. He wants to be really good, and we got some good young freshmen that are very similar to that. Where the stage ain't too big, and they're going to make mistakes and they're going to have their issues, but you know what? They're going to fight while doing so. So if we can do that, we'll have a chance.
How pivotal, I guess it is every week, the pass rush to throw off the timing, especially against those receivers.
Absolutely, yeah, especially this week, right? If we can disrupt the timing and get them off the spot, I think that'll buy time for our guys to cover and do stuff. I think, and the guys up front relish that fact. I think, and they know that. They know they have to be able to attack the quarterback, and that's part of the plan this week is how can we hit, harass, and confuse the guy. I think the more stuff we can do to make that picture cloudy for that quarterback, the harder it's going to be for them. So I think it's going to be fun for those guys.
This would be the first time you faced Ohio State, right?
No, when I was at Wisconsin, when I was at Wisconsin, I played them twice. Lost there once and beat them. They were the number 1 team in the country. We beat them.
Sorry to cut you off. Dylan got his second honor of the year. Just how much have you seen him progress and improve since game 1?
Yeah, he's again, these freshmen, man, I tell you what, they're the consummate professionals right now, so they're going to work, and every day it's a new day. They don't look back at what they did. It's always about how can they work and get better from what they've done. So he comes in and he studies film and he practices the right way. He just does things that you don't have to tell him twice and he's going to get it done. And that's a credit to him again. Like that's how he was raised. That's how he's always played the game. That's how he's attacked that position since he's gotten here, and that has not changed. Sometimes you see kids kind of see their name in the limelight and they're like, okay, they relax. He doesn't do that. He just continues to put his head down and work, and that's kind of the Boilermaker mentality here, man. We just got to go out and work.
Graham talked yesterday about when he was in his college playing days, and when you're at Texas Tech, you always felt like you're the little brother when you played Texas, when you played Oklahoma. I know you've been in that situation, but what is it about rising to the occasion when you get those marquee games like in Ohio State, where it's like, hey, this is a chance to go out and make a name for ourselves?
It's like I've always a guy that I met a long time ago always said, like, you never rise to the occasion, you just fall back on your training. So I think for us right now, it's like, hey, we're playing Ohio State. That's awesome. That's great. But if we just do if we just kind of, the fundamentals got to be perfect, right? Everything's got to be where we need to be, and as long as we get the ball down, that's kind of what we've been stressing. I'm like we're not. Ohio State's got a very prestigious history. They're a great football team, but they're just like us. They put their pants on one leg at a time. They do all that stuff too. So we just got to go out there and do our stuff, and have confidence about what we got going. And if we do that and don't overhype it with these guys, I think we just got to go out and play. And it's one of your 12 guaranteed games. So why would you shy down and be scared of it? So let's have fun with it. The pressure's on them. Let's go out there and let's play.
Is this a game where your schedule thus far benefits you because you've seen a little bit of everything now?
I think so. You kind of figure out we're halfway through the season and we've kind of adjusted. All right, who are we? All right, what's our personnel and how do we have to make the right adjustments based on that personnel? So I think, seeing all the different types of offenses we've seen, we've seen the two-back stuff, we've seen the empties, we've seen everything, so and guys have done really well, considering, now it's just going out and making and executing the plays, and they're going to pose their issues this week, but I think we'll be ready for it.